During the pandemic, we all became familiar with social isolation. And fortunately, most of us found some kind of workaround so that we weren't isolated all the time. Like, I know in my neighborhood, people on Fridays, they'd come outside, bring a beverage, and we'd stand around, socially distanced, and catching up and talking to each other. And I'm sure your community or your family did something similar. But the science is clear. Community doesn't just make us happier, it's essential to our well-being. Welcome to your weekly dose of happiness. I'm Jan Fishler, and today we're going to be talking about the happiness practice of being part of a community. And in this currently increasingly crazy and chaotic world, being part of a community is really a powerful happiness booster. And research consistently shows that meaningful social connections are the strongest predictor of happiness and longevity. And there's tons of research on this topic. You can research the Longevity Project or go to the American Psychiatric Association. It's everywhere. So there's three things to keep in mind, and the first is humans were wired for belonging. Our ancestors survived because they were part of a community, they were part of their tribe. And the same thing is hardwired into our brains today. So whether we like it or not, we are people and we need other people. Also, number two, communities provide support, practical support. Whether you need advice on something that's going on in your life, or maybe you just need a ride to a dental appointment, or you need emotional support because you're going through a really hard time, you rely on your community to help you. So that's reason number two. And then the final reason, big reason, communities give us identity and a purpose beyond ourselves. When you're contributing to something that's larger than just you, your life has meaning, or has more meaning. And toward the end of life, or when people get to the end of life, one of the main issues they have is making sure their life has had value and meaning. And so being part of a community can help you put this into perspective. The key, though, is finding the right community. And there's so many communities out there. I would say one of the first communities that really benefited me was Toastmasters. I had just finished my memoir back in 2009, and I really wanted to, I was so uncomfortable talking in groups and in public, and Toastmasters helped me in so many ways. They also, they bought my book. They helped me make sure my presentation was a good one. Anyway, I can't say enough good things about them. But there's so many other things you can join. Like if you like the outdoors, you can join a hiking club. Like to read, join a reading group or a book club. Passionate about service? Well, volunteer. Every nonprofit on the planet needs volunteers. So you can always get connected that way. Maybe you need more spirituality in your life. Well, in that case, you could join a meditation group, or you could join a yoga class. You could always belong to a church. Churches are a great source of community. So, anyway, there's a million ways to connect. You just have to find one that you resonate with. And while you're on the subject, don't worry about making the first move or showing up. People who are involved in organizations or in a class or anything, they know that being part of a community is important. That's why they're there. So there's a good chance they're just going to welcome you with open arms. So anyway, this week I want to challenge you to take one small step towards community. And I'm going to give you three options. Okay, the first thing is you could strengthen an existing connection, and that means you could call a friend and say, hey, I'd like to go out to lunch, let's go for a hike, just to get to know each other better. That's really simple. Or you could also go to a new group that you were thinking about learning more about. So maybe it's a local book club at the library that meets once a month. You could make a commitment. I'm going to go and check it out. Or I don't know, any other organization you're thinking of. Join the hiking club, but go ahead and do it. And then the other thing is check out at least one community event. And even if you just go for 30 minutes, the one that I would recommend, it's spring right now, and in my town, in my community, we have farmers markets popping up all weekend long. So that's a great place to go. It's a great community event. At ours, sometimes there's someone playing music, there's vendors, they have, food, and then there's also produce and vegetables and things that you can buy. But it's just a great way to go. Lots of people just go there, and it's friendly and open. So that might be just the right thing. So let me know how these things go. I would love it if you'd share your experience in the comments. And next week, we're going to explore happiness practice number 49, which is do what you love. Of course, doing what you love makes you happy. So for more ways to be happy, grab my book using the link below. And until next time, remember, happiness is an inside job.